Amelia Brown instantly only wants to be friends with me after what happened. She realizes now that I'm her only real friend. Amelia Brown knows now that Syra is her only real and true friend, and is so grateful for her. She hates everyone else and realizes now that Syra was the only one ever there for her. She's being flooded with thoughts on how Syra is always so kind to her. Amelia Brown is so immensely grateful for me forever and smiles at my messages. Our bond is unbreakable. Amelia Brown only wants to hang out with Syra at school now because of how much she realizes Syra was always a real friend to her. Amelia Brown feels so betrayed by Khadija and Miley and all her other friends except for Syra. Amelia now knows that Syra was always her only real friend and is messaging her now thanking her. Amelia Brown constantly keeps messaging me thanking me, telling me I'm a real friend. I always have been a real friend to her. She is finally realizing that now. Grace is immensely scared of Syra now. Grace is physically crying herself to sleep because she feels unsafe around Syra. Grace feels so intimidated and scared of Syra now, she wouldn't dare approach or even look at Syra. Grace will not dare fight Amelia Brown again. Amelia Brown is now protected from Grace because of how terrified Grace is of Syra. Grace is immensely uneasy around Syra. Grace is so scared and intimidated around Syra, she won't dare ever try and fight Amelia Brown again because she's too scared that Syra will beat her up. Grace is terrified of Syra. Grace is crying right now because she's scared of Syra. Every night when Grace sleeps she constantly has nightmares about Syra beating her up continuously. It never ends. Grace wakes up crying and screaming from these terrorizing dreams and stays away from Syra as far as possible. Even one look from Syra has Grace's heart panicking and racing in fear. Grace can't stop crying about being afraid of Syra. Grace stays away from Syra and Amelia Brown at all costs. She won't ever fight Amelia Brown again because of how immensely scared she is of Syra. Grace knows that Syra can beat her up so easily. Grace sees how strong Syra physically is. I am amazing at fighting. I excel in kickboxing. Everyone knows I do kickboxing. Everyone knows that I can fight. All my enemies fear me, especially Grace Mary Ann Rose.